Today I have a 1500 HD Chevrolet Silverado 4-door. And the guy was complaining about a noise in the back. So started looking at it. First thing we noticed is the truck is sitting not level. We measured this side, we measured this side. That side is sitting 2 inches lower than this side. He was complaining about a banging noise. So when we got underneath here and took a look, this thing's kind of rusty. The shackle has broken off and the spring is sitting up against the bed. And on this side, as you see, the shackle is supposed to be down here. This truck must have been at the beach and it's pretty rusty and crusty underneath. So we're going to be changing the shackle, which is actually pretty easy on this one. We're going to take this bolt out, this bolt out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the shackle in up there, and then I'm going to raise the body slow to let the spring drop down into here so I can get it back in. So hopefully the bolts will come loose. So as you see here, I'm lucky this bolt is coming out. And I do believe they want you to take the trailer hitch off to get these bolts out, but I'm not going to do that. I think I can sneak it out through underneath.
I'll be right back. Come in.
Okay, what I did is I lifted the body by the frame, and now you can see how, wow, nice hole in the bed. Now I should be able to get the bolt out of there. All right, I got the broken shackle out. So the spring is there. I was able to drive the bolt out above the frame. So now I'm going to put the new shackle in with it above the frame and to jack the car up, and the spring will come down into its saddle here, and then I can put the other bolt in. Dorman makes the replacement shackles. Here is the Dorman part number on the shackle kits. So let me get a little bit more done and I'll take another video. Okay, they obviously must put the bolt in backwards for a reason so it doesn't fall out if the nut falls out. So I'm going to leave it like that. So I have the shackle there, I have it loose. Now I'm going to lift the truck up to get the shackle back in its saddle, and I'll put this bolt back through. Then I'll let the car down so all the weight is back on it before I tighten them up. If you tighten them up before you put all the weight back on it, you're going to twist the bushings. So you want to put the weight back on it before you tighten anything up. So I almost have the shackle in and the other bolt back in. I had to get 2 more pieces of wood to stick in here to get it up high enough. So now all I should have to do is, see, it's still off a little bit. Get that lined up so the bolt will come through. Get the nut on. To get the nut on, then lower the car back down on its weight. Then get in there and tighten those 2 bolts. And this side's done. Then I'll get to the other side. Now we're definitely going to do the other side because this one here, as you can see, is all rusty and falling apart. That one's not too long for the world either. All right, well, I hope this helps everybody out on how to do this job. But be careful, springs have a lot of energy. They get away from you, they can hurt you. So if you don't think you can do it, have a professional do it. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. All right, here's kind of part 2 of this video. This one over here, we got the nut off this one, and this bolt actually is loose because it popped out up here, okay? This bolt is frozen in the sleeve. So on this one, we're gonna have to cut this and cut the head of the bolt off over here, and then get a pry bar in here and pry it out. And then this bolt here should just go ahead and pass through the frame once we let the truck in the right position. So we're gonna have to cut this one off to get this side off. So what I'm gonna do here is I have my die grinder for the wheel. I took the guard off. You're not supposed to use these without the guard, but sometimes you have to take them off, so be very careful. Luckily, I have a swivel end here to get the air hose connected. Now I'm going to try to cut the bolt. Of course, the arbor is already hitting the mount, so I'm going to cut through as far as I can. The bolt will rotate. I get the, that's why I didn't cut this off first. I'm going to put the socket back on here and rotate it, cut some more, rotate it, cut some more. Hopefully I'll get it cut through enough where I can smack with a hammer and break it off. Then I'll come over here and I'll grind this side down or use my torch, and then we'll just pry the whole thing out. Well, the grinding wheel didn't work. I had to get the cutting torch and cut that off, and I had to get in here and cut that off. It's not the prettiest thing, and there it is, all cut up. And the upper bolt, I do believe, is going to fall right out. Luckily, the upper bolt's going to fall right out. So it came right out. Wish the lower bolt did, but it's all right. We got it. We'll just make sure we tighten this up nice and tight. All right, well, so sometimes you're lucky, like the other side, the bolts come out. Sometimes you're not. So just be careful when you're doing this. You need a lot of tools. This is something that I would recommend bringing to a shop. All right, with a bunch of fighting to get the shackle lined up with the bolt hole, we got the bolt in, upper bolt in, all tight. We'll wipe it down. This one's ready to go, finally.